Hey, welcome to or welcome back to Temple of Sunshine on YouTube and templeofsunshine.com. Today's topic is all about how to visualize your dream life and how to do it well and effectively so that it works for you and so that it manifests. I am really committed to teaching you guys through my YouTube videos, through my products on my shop, that manifesting doesn't have to be difficult and life doesn't have to be so difficult, and things can change like this if you believe that it will, and things can change so easily and so quickly. It doesn't matter where you are in life right now and how much you're struggling, everything can be so amazing. So that is very much why I'm doing this video today. I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks that have worked for me in the past. Visualization is a very amazing way to manifest, and I have done a video on it a few weeks ago, but today I'm going to speak to you specifically about visualizing your dream life as a collective as opposed to one specific thing. So let's get straight into the video. Let's not waste more time. Alright, just before we start, I wanted to tell you that I have a Valentines Day Sale on right now on my website, templeofsunshine.com. I sell affirmation cards on there where there's a stack of 25 cards and you can view them all and give yourself the loving affirmations that you deserve every day. These are screen free, so it's a great time to get away from your screen, and also it is a great way to take affirmations with you wherever you want to go. They are completely portable. You can stick them in your wallet, a lovely place I like to put them. You can put them in your pocket. I like to put them around my house, and they have helped me so much. Continuing with these affirmations for 21 days, going through the deck or picking one out each day or however you want to do it, can definitely improve your mindset over a month. But anyway, let's get straight back to our topic, which is visualizing your dream life. So visualizing, as I've said, there's another video up on this channel about that. If you want to know how to visualize, please go check that out. But when we're talking about how to actually visualize your dream life, I want you to first and foremost define what your dream life is. So for me, when I imagine my dream life, I have sort of two dream lives that I imagine, and that's not a negative, essentially. One of them is in the near future, so perhaps in the next 4 months, the next 5 months. How would I like to look? Where would I like to live in terms of location, apartment? What does my day-to-day look like? Sort of my short-term goals. Definitely stuff that I can believe I still have time to achieve. It's not something I imagine will happen tomorrow, but it is short-term in the way that it's not my dream life in 10 years or 5 years. Then I have another dream life that I imagine, and that's sort of one that I know will take time. I know you can manifest things overnight. I know you can manifest things like this, and that's not why I imagine it to be in the future. It is more so something that I would like to happen later in my life. It's something that I imagine requires me to see a bit more of life, and it's perhaps just not stuff I want today. For example, starting a family, it's not really what I want today, but it's definitely what I want in the future. But because I am thinking about it now, and I'm basically taking steps every day in my life to live that dream future in 5, 6, 7 years, I don't know, maybe even a little less, because I'm taking steps every single day, visualizing that dream life ahead in the future really helps me stay disciplined. I don't know how disciplined I am, but it really helps me stay positive and on track today, knowing that if I continue, that will be my future. So that's what I want to tell you about dream lives. You don't have to have two like me. You can have just a short-term one. You can have one within a year, 6 months. You can have one for tomorrow, right? I don't want you to worry about time frames. Remember that time is an illusion. We'll go through this in another video, but time is an illusion. You can manifest what you want in 5 seconds if you really have enough faith and detachment to do it, but a lot of us don't, so that's why we visualize. So what I like to do is I like to visualize, as you guys know who watch this channel a lot, for 17 seconds up to a minute, which is what Abraham Hicks suggests, right? They say that within 17 seconds you have enough positive energy and momentum to start that manifestation and kick it into gear. However, up to a minute really embeds and entrenches it. But I also like sometimes to have a longer visualization. So it really depends on how much time I have. If I have a minute spare here and there, maybe between meetings, or I'm just busy, but I remind myself, hey, I got to visualize. Then I will do the 17 seconds to a minute. And then let's say I'm going to sleep at night, I will have unlimited amount of time. I will just start visualizing until I sleep. And I usually do this when I can't sleep because I'm quite a night owl, and I've realized that when I start visualizing my dream life, I start to immediately fall asleep because I'm so engrossed in that. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, hey, the last thing I did was, you know, the way I got myself to sleep was visualization last night. So I quite like doing that. And the reason why it's really powerful when you go to sleep is because your subconscious mind, like the door to your subconscious mind is opening, your brain waves are slowing down. This is something really well explained by, of course, you guessed it, the book I always talk about, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza, but so many other resources will tell you visualizing at night before sleeping or visualizing in the morning when you wake up, because your brain waves are slower, you're more relaxed, you can focus more, and your subconscious mind is a bit more open to being wired. That's a great time. So those are my timings. I suggest you do it. But like I said, I like to do short bursts here and there of 17 seconds up to a minute. Now, how exactly do you visualize this dream life? You've got the when, you've got the what. So you've clearly defined what you actually want. So like I said to you, I have two. One in the near future, one in the late future. So I'll give you a few examples of what's in both. So in the near future, I sometimes think about the sort of dream body I would like. You know, I know that's a bit toxic sometimes for those of you watching this channel. You might think spiritual people shouldn't really care too much about their appearance, etc., etc. But it is part of us, and it is a normal thing to think about and worry about. So I definitely have sort of like body image on there. I have how I would like my business to go, how I'd like my YouTube to grow, the apartment I'd like to move into in the next sort of 5 to 6 months. I have what it's going to feel like in that apartment. A lot of it is around the apartment because I know that's quite a big change for me. I have what my headspace is going to feel like in the next 5 to 6 months, which is really good because your headspace is everything, right? The whole point of this channel is to teach you that mindset is everything. So I always like to visualize what is my mindset like in a time where I visualize my dream life. And then sort of in the future one, I think about sort of the dream car I'm driving, the gorgeous huge house that I have, what kind of things I have in that house. So like this is really boring, but I love sort of like a really nice kitchen. So I imagine like all the nice features my kitchen will have and everything. I imagine sort of what the rooms will look like. I imagine having friends around for dinner, you know, a bit more of like a grown-up vibe, something that I'd like to do in a few years, perhaps not in the next 6 months. So you can see why I have two now. So when I imagine both of these, what I personally like to do in the sort of big dream life one, I know a lot of it is about the home I live in and the business that I own and the offices that I go to work. So I imagine a day in the life of me as a successful businesswoman with my car that I love, living in my house that I love, in a really great headspace, doing yoga every day. I'm fit and healthy. I have my amazing partner with me, and we just have such a wonderful life. I visualize waking up. I visualize my daily routine, like literally mundane stuff like putting on my shoes or brushing my teeth on my gorgeous sink in my bathroom. I visualize every small detail. I visualize walking into the office and seeing all my staff and they're all like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, hey, do you want to get a coffee? You know, mundane things. Make sure you visualize stuff that is realistic. Don't just visualize the highlights. Don't just visualize getting on a first class plane and driving a supercar, although those are things that you can visualize if you want to manifest that. Make sure you visualize small mundane things as well, because that really gets that into your mind. It really makes things more normal to you. And I'm not gonna lie to you, of course I visualize really out there things that I'd like to experience, but getting it more normal each day really helps it make it feel more achievable. So then I imagine sort of like doing my work day. I think about what kind of things would I be doing, I guess client calls. And I know you might not know what like you'd be doing all day because it's so alien to you, but just think about the kind of things you would probably be doing. So I imagine like sending emails, having meetings, things like that. Getting coffee. Then I imagine driving home, and I imagine like the experience in my car, that I would like my dream car. I imagine getting home and just being greeted with so much love and affection and happiness by my family. I imagine cooking a really nice meal and having a relaxing evening, chatting to my friends maybe on the phone, over text, and I go to sleep. And that's what I imagine my daily life to be like. I don't, like I said, imagine all the highlights of like traveling and huge bits of business success. Not always. I do like to do that, but when I imagine my dream life, I think about the day-to-day, the mundane, the everyday, and because it is my dream life, it still excites me. The main thing about manifestation is once you've told the universe what you want, whether that's through setting an intention, visualizing, scripting, affirmations, whatever it is that you use, you need to let go of that desire after. So once you're done visualizing each time, make sure you say to yourself that this or something better is going to happen to me. You know, that's a great way of letting something go, because you know it's coming, or something better. Or if you're like me and you really do hang on to your desire a lot, you need to be more brutal with yourself and simply say, if this happens, great, and if it doesn't, I'm still going to live and I'm still going to, you know, flourish and thrive, and nothing's going to change, and I love my life today, so I'm not going to worry about it. And I literally like get a bit cold towards my desire, not in a mean way, but I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, like, but I don't need you. I get a bit sassy because I know I'll obsess over it, right? So that's why I'm a bit more hard on myself with letting go. But we're getting on a tangent here, and I want to bring you back to how you can make this visualization the most effective. The last tip I want to leave you with, and this will change the whole process, is make sure you add feeling. Make sure you add feeling. So Neville Goddard tells all of us that the feeling is the secret. And for those of you who have read The Secret, they will tell you that you've got to feel your desire. You've got to feel your manifestation. You know, The Secret is filled with so many great tips about manifestation. It tells you to practice gratitude. It tells you to speak nicely to yourself. It tells you that the main thing is feeling good. Like the final point that The Secret always makes is make sure you keep your vibration up. Make sure you're feeling good. Make sure you're in the vibrational match to your desire. So when you are visualizing, make sure that you're engaging the feeling. What does it feel like for me to be in that dream car, driving home to my family, just so excited to get home and hug everyone and kiss everyone? Or what does it feel like in 6 months to finally find that perfect apartment and step in and just be like, this is something that I've always wanted? And like, imagine that feeling that, you know, I've just been given the keys by the estate agent, I've opened the door and I look around at this gorgeous apartment and I'm like, how does it feel? Engage that feeling. Whatever you want, whether you want to be a supermodel, a doctor, whether you want to find the love of your life, whether you want to meet a celebrity, you know, it can be such an out there manifestation. Whether you want to own your own business, whether it's a dream job, whatever it is, imagine the feeling. Imagine like when it first happens, imagine how grateful you're going to be. Imagine doing a happy dance. Imagine running around and being like, thank you, thank you, thank you, universe. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it, but I can't believe it is what I say all the time. I can't believe it, but I can believe it. I can believe it because this is the kind of stuff that happens when you believe in manifestation. So just a summary before I go. Clearly define what you want as your dream life. What kind of outfits are you wearing? What do you look like? How's your strut when you're walking? I walk a lot more confident in my dream life than I do in real life. How are people talking to you? You know? What is the tone that they speak to you with? What are the sights, smells, tastes around you? What kind of stuff do you eat in this lifestyle? Literally get specific. Number 2, think about, do you want a short visualization today or a long one? Or maybe you break it up throughout the day. Maybe you do a big nighttime one and a few short ones in the day. Just think about how long you want to do that visualization. Number 3, engage that feeling. So tie this in with number 1, the specific. Imagine that happening, engage that feeling and stay in it. And if you're crazy enough, and maybe if you're alone, what I like to do is come out of that visualization when I'm feeling really good, and I like to run around the house as if like, what I mean by that is I like to run around or do my happy dance or do whatever like physically I would do if that happened. So I don't run around the house, but what I definitely do is like I roll over and like kick my legs about and be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, universe. I'm like so glad that this has happened. Like I literally pretend that what's I visualized just literally happened and I got the news. That's also essentially acting as if. Another manifestation technique we should probably talk about soon. I hope this video was helpful. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe and send to a friend if you know someone could make use of this. And till next time, bye.